in the bustling capital of Chang'an, amidst streets lined with leaning rooftops bathed in the pale winter sunlight. There lived a poor scholar named Li Ming. He was born into a modest farming family that had suffered misfortune, leaving him with bright eyes and a strong thirst for learning, yet a life full of hardships. For 10 years, Li Ming diligently studied the classics in his humble hut, his stomach often empty, but his spirit never waning. His literary talent was known far and wide, yet without wealth to grease the wheels of fate, he repeatedly failed the imperial exams, wrongfully denied success. People often said, Throughout the years, Li Ming possessed only a single coarse cloth coat, patched and sewn countless times. It was so worn that even casual passers-by would flinch at the sight. The coat accompanied him through the biting winter cold and scorching summer heat. Witnessing one freezing win, a surge of compassion welled up in Li Ming's heart. Without hesitation, he removed his only coat, despite shivering in the icy wind, and draped it over the old man. Li Ming was left wearing only a thin undergarment, but his eyes were steady and resolute as he continued his steps through the snow. The beggar looked at him with teary eyes and murmured, "Kind sir." Li Ming. The next morning was the final day of the imperial examination. Li Ming, wearing that thin undergarment, stepped into the grand examination hall, trembling with cold lips blue, hands and feet numb. The chief examiner, none other than the current prefect, initially frowned upon the sight of Li Ming's shabby attire, considering expelling him for what seemed a lack of respect for ceremony. But when his eyes fell upon the delicate small plum blossom, that tiny blossom was the same mark the prefect's late wife had embroidered on the clothing of their only son, lost many years ago. A wave of unexplainable emotion surged through him. He hastily summoned Li Ming over and began questioning him. Through a few exchanges, the prefect recognized not only the scholar's handwriting, but also a faint scar on his arm that perfectly matched that of his long-low Li Ming, was stunned. But facing the prefect's solemn and emotional gaze, he could not doubt it. It turned out that years ago the prefect's family had faced a calamity, and their only son had been separated from them, later adopted by a poor farming family and named Li Ming. Yet what moved the prefect most was learning that Li Ming had given away his only warm coat to save a beggar. His voice choked with emotion. "You are not only gifted in literature, but your heart is as merciful as a bodhisattva. That patched coat, old as it may be, is worth more than 1,000 pieces of silk. By saving a life, you have, in fact, saved your own destiny." The beggar, who turned out to be an imperial inspector sent by the prefect to travel incognito and test the hearts of scholars in the capital, stepped forward, bowing before Li Ming. "A virtuous man like you deserves the respect of both heaven and the court." That day, Li Ming not only passed the imperial examination with the highest honors, but also reunited with his family. The tale of his patched coat and his selfless heart spread throughout Chang'an, earning him admiration from all. Yet the thing he valued most was not the glory or power, but the profound lesson life had given him. True kindness needs no display. Blessings will come to those who act from the heart, often when least expected. In the following days, Li Ming returned to the prefect's household, where the elder had waited for him for many years. He looked around at the old toys, keepsakes, and garments from his childhood carefully preserved. Each item told a story of the passage of time, parental love, and human perseverance. During the reunion meal, the prefect grasped Li Ming's hands, eyes misted with tears. "You have shown that intelligence alone is not enough. The heart is what matters most. I am proud of you." Li Ming silently thanked heaven for his trials, understanding that hardships had shaped his character and his compassion. He realized that wealth and power were not the ultimate goals. Character, goodness, and the way one lives defined true value. Years later, Li Ming became a highly esteemed scholar, revered by the court. Yet he maintained a simple, humble lifestyle, never indulging in luxury or boasting. The patched coat of his youth was preserved in a glass cabinet, a reminder of a priceless lesson. True kindness never fails, whether in poverty or adversity. The story of Li Ming and the patched coat became a legend in Chang'an, passed down through generations as a vivid testament to virtue and humanity. It reminded people that sometimes the greatest values do not lie in wealth or power, but in small acts of genuine compassion. And in that freezing moment, when a tattered coat saved a life, Li Ming learned that kindness would always find its way back, like a light piercing the cold darkness, illuminating the path for all sincere hearts. From that day forward, Li Ming was revered not only for his talent, but also for his merciful heart. His act of giving the coat to a beggar became symbolic, reminding everyone that in the hurried whirl of life, one should pause, look around, and extend a hand to those in need. The story of Li Ming, the patched coat, and the prefect entered the annals of folklore, inspiring countless generations, proving that true kindness is never in vain, and even the smallest deeds can alter the course of destiny. Every story is a seed. When we plant them together, the world will bloom. Please subscribe and share this story to help us plant more seeds of love and hope.